Ma'am, shall we start the session, ma'am?
Sure.
Okay, ma'am. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. With this quote, I wish you all a happy afternoon. On behalf of Department of English, PPG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, I welcome you all for the second day national level virtual faculty development program on Discourse on Cross Culture and Cultural Drama. And the topic of today is the role of cultural diversity in modern society. With this, I would like to welcome today's guest, Dr. Welcome you, ma'am. I would like to welcome my supporting partners, Ms. V. Menaka Devi and Ms. R. Dharani Devi, Assistant Professors, Department of English to this session. Welcome you both. And I like to welcome the participants from various places to this forum. Welcome you all. With this warm welcome note, I would like to invite Ms. V. Menaka Devi, Assistant Professor, Department of English, to introduce our guest, Dr. R. Krishnaveni, ma'am.
Believe you can, and you are halfway there. Good afternoon to all. I feel honored to welcome our chief guest of the day, Dr. R. Krishnaveni, working as Assistant Professor and Head Department of English in Puruchitalavi Amma Government Arts and Science College, Palladam. She has more than 16 years of teaching experience. Under her guidance, 4 PhD and 3 MPhil scholars completed their research. She is a NLP Master Practitioner, member ELTAI, Cambridge ESOL presenter, BEC trainer, and received an internationally recognized certificate from the University of Cambridge, ESOL in the collaboration with the British Council for Teaching Knowledge, Test for Language Learning and Teaching, soft skills trainer, and an editor of 2 international journals. She has visited countries like Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore to present a paper on developing soft skills and to attend the training courses. Recently, she has visited Andaman for presenting paper in international conferences on island studies. She has presented and participated 70 papers in the national, international, state and world level conferences, seminars and workshops over the years and published 38 language and literature research papers in the international journals including UGC approved and online e-journals. She has organized more than 40 programs for both students and faculty members, including international and national conferences, trained the trainers, and orientation programs. She has acted as a resource person in various educational institutions organized by the particular institution as well as Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology and Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Nehru Yuva Kendra, Government of India. She was interested in helping institutions to establish the communication courses and corporate skills. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Menaka. I would like to hand over the session to Krishnaveni, ma'am. Ma'am, the session is yours, ma'am.
Thank you. Good afternoon, participants. Um, on this wonderful occasion, I'd like to thank PPG College Principal Muthumani ma'am for permitting to organize this kind of excellent programs in the education institutions to enrich the faculty members to develop the modern society. And next, I'd like to thank Deepika, my friend, for inviting me to talk about the particular topic which she has focused on the role of cultural diversity in modern India and modern society. Thank you, Deepika, for inviting me to share about my views on the cultural aspects and the rest of the faculty members in the department, the students, and my dear colleagues from various educational institutions. I'm going to give my ideas on what is our role to develop our modern society. So somewhere I'll be asking the activity-based questions, and it should be an interactive session. I'm not going to share any PowerPoint presentation because I know we are all here to learn something. At end of my session, my humble request to the participants, take one or two points in your mind and going to do the research in future based on this culture diversity in literature or the language aspects. I hope everyone will be agreeing this. Generally speaking, learning and teaching English is a major concern for many English teachers throughout the world. Do you agree, all of you? I hope all English teachers are here, more than 60, I think.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. I think you're all interacting, but it starts
Yes,
now
ma'am.
itself. And the another thing also, I'll start with my presentation, says that who is the happiest person in the sections? The speaker or the listeners?
Listeners,
Listeners.
Listeners, we
Listeners.
are all going to be happy. Whatever
Yes,
she
sir.
speaks for 1 hour, just we want to switch on that and we can. The unhappy person
speaker,
are the
ma'am.
No,
speakers. No,
ma'am.
not a
No, ma'am.
speaker.
Listeners
We
Speaker.
are
actually,
because we have to give
listeners,
important no.
listen.
No,
And
ma'am.
another
Speaker,
Sir,
thing,
ma'am.
because
the
we are going
smart
to
man.
give
Okay,
more
I'll
information.
agree it. I
We
agree
the
it.
speaker is very enthused to share the knowledge, ma'am.
Exactly. We have to. So we can say both are unhappy or happy, whatever it may be, based on an individual, like how we feel it in poetry. Yes. Strong person and a smart person knows what to speak, and the wise man speaks whether or not to speak. This is the situation we have. So let us we start a small activity which should be called as game name your culture. Yes. What is the name of the activity called?
Name your
Name
culture.
your culture. Yes. All the participants, I request think about what kind of words you'll be getting when you talk about the culture, the term culture in your family situation or something like that. List out any 5 words. For example, I could say about the culture of Hinduism, the family traditions. The second word I could say about the some religious belief. Then third, dress code, something like that. So can you list out some words? Anybody can share. Friendly, yes.
Customs.
You can unmute yourself and you can share your words.
Customs.
Acceptable, yes. Behavior,
Ca-
songs, puja or expect, yes, yes.
capabilities.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Capabilities. Habits of
Yes.
the
Family customs.
individuals.
Good,
Habits of the individuals and the groups also.
yes.
So knowledge,
Well
beliefs.
done. So we are getting some keywords based on this culture, the term. So in 1939, Mahatma Gandhi has quoted, a nation's culture resides in the heart and the soul of its people. So it is the responsibility of an individual. So generally speaking, what we term this culture, what we call it as a culture, it depends upon the country to country. And we could say, for example, Western culture, they can define the term as to refer broad groups that can share some beliefs and practices across several nations. Like in French, people could define that the national boundaries. Canadian can talk about the areas within the country. What about the Indian culture then? So we are here to collect the information, the minor unique cultures. So we are defining in such a way. So it is one kind of a thing, how we are socially transmitted knowledge of values, beliefs, norms. Yes, you referred, many people are quoted here, a life's way of particular group that guides thoughts and behavior of an individual. So nothing but culture focused on social interaction, language and dialect, music and art, the traditional types of dresses what we are wearing, and the belief, the religious and organization systems. This is what we mean the culture. So my presentation here, I'm not going to discuss about 5 points. The first one, where the culture affects. Based on my title, I divided these 5 ways. The role of cultural diversity in modern society. So we need to think about where the culture affects. Second, I'm planning to discuss on culture, how we are going to strengthen this. And third, some kind of a research activities where we can implement, how we can go further. Then we can discuss about the fourth point is about the pluralism. And the last point I like to concentrate where we can improve ourselves, the importance. These are the ways I planned. So here I like to quote one thing that recently I read an article focused on the religions of the world. In 2000, I think it is 1999 or 2000, they have done a research, the major religions of the world. Nearly 16% are focused on the Hinduism and 18 focused on Islam. And other communities like in Chinese tradition, we can call it the primary indigenous system like Buddhism and other thing, or 6%. Non-religious community, the secular, humanistic and agnostic focused on 16%. The rest of 33 based on the Christianity. This is what they have given. So based on this, we are in the modern society. We have to talk about all this and this, where the culture affects. This is the first point. I'm here. The first one is communication. The communication affects. The second one, body language. Third is much more important, help-seeking behaviors. Do you agree this, help-seeking behaviors? Because the use of services and the social support we need. And people need to think about the understanding government systems. Are we doing it? Yes. And the culture also affects based on the attitudes and the beliefs about the law, services, and social support. So here we have to think about the use of services and the social support, about the law and the help-seeking behaviors. Here we are affecting. So what is our role? These areas, we need to strengthen ourselves. That's what I opted, cultural diversity in modern. How we are going to strengthen? So the first we could say that we need to promote equal opportunity and to think about the cross-cultural understanding and personal growth. Yes, we need to promote equal opportunity for cross-cultural understanding and personal growth. This is one kind of a role. And next, we have to enhance the institution and the workplace community. Are we doing it? We are doing, unknowingly we are doing it. We need to strengthen that one. And we have to give the mutual respect, and we need to support the valuing differences among individuals. And we also need to prepare individuals to live and work in the global society. Supporting each other. That's what I have used that word, individuals to live and work in a global society. And we also need to offer environment of inclusion that is supportive and collaborative. So here we need to strengthen. So I could recollect the points again. The culture affects in help-seeking behavior, use of services and social support, and understanding the government system, and attitudes and beliefs about the law and the services. So based on that, we need to strengthen our equal opportunity and personal growth, and we need to enhance the workplace community, and we have to develop our mutual respect, and we need to value the differences among the individuals, and also have to concentrate the supporting and collaborative environment. So these are the areas we need to strengthen. So now my question is, why is the modern, what is modern we should call it as? all modern lifestyles, and we could say that even the social media and so many things, or whatever things we could see, that's all are modern. So here I like to give some examples of modern society which is focused on the cultural diversity, how the people living in the current trend of political, sociological, scientific, and artistic society. So we need to think about this. As we are the faculty members, we are enriched already. Yes, do you agree? We enriched already, but somewhere we wouldn't get the syllabus to talk about this culture. So that's what we are all here to refresh our mind, to think about all these points comes to mind, the modern society, the current system of political, sociological, scientific, and artistic society. So what about the culture in the modern society? How we can define the modern society when it comes? Any idea? Modern culture starts which year? Any idea? Maybe 70s or 60s or 90s?
90s.
Late 70s, we could say, is the set of norms and expectations, experiences, and shared meaning that evolved among the people of modern time. Maybe the later part of the 70s, we could say. And what are the characteristics we should know about the modern society? There are three I like to categorize. The characteristics of modern society is nothing but democracy, liberty, and equality. Am I right? My dear friends, will you accept it, the characteristics of modern society? These are the role we are going to play in the society to concentrate in the cultural diversity of literature part. Democracy, liberty, and equality. Do you have any other characteristics? Do you want to add it here? Anybody?
Narcissist,
Humanity,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. Democracy, liberty, equality, and anybody? Yes, let's
Human,
think about it.
yeah, humans are
Yes,
considered
we
as the
can.
center of everything.
Yes.
Humans are considered to be the central figure of everything in every sector.
So
So they,
humanity, okay, shall we get the keyword as that, like that?
yes, ma'am.
Good. Yes, good. So now we are here to think about the next point. What are the problems in the modern society? All the characters are three.
Detach.
So how can we define the modern society problems?
Free society.
Yes.
Free society. Ma'am.
Well done, well done, well done. Manikandan sir, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can also think about the poverty, illiteracy, and child labor. Poverty, illiteracy, and child labor. These are the problems in the modern society which I have focused. So next, I would like to concentrate why this modern society culture is important for the teachers. Why we want to concentrate on the culture diversity part, why it is important. Before that, there will be a 10 or 7 questions for the participants. If you have paper and pen, you can write your answers individually and we can think about it and discuss about it little later. And I will be reading 10 questions. Are you all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the term called for my questionnaire, culture shock questionnaire. The term is culture shock questionnaire. So it can be focused on core culture shock items. There will be a 7th question I will be asking, and there are 3 options for the participants. The first option, most of the time. After understanding my questions, think about the options. First choices, most of the time. The second choice is occasionally, and the third choice is not at all. Are it clear, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And for the scoring item for the options are first response. Most of the time, scoring marks are 2. For the second response, scoring is 1. And third response scoring is 0. Do you understand? Yes? So most of the time, the first response is 2 marks, occasionally second response 1 mark, and not at all third response 0. Okay, be ready. My first question, do you feel strain from the efforts to adapt your new culture? I'll repeat the question. Do you feel strain from the effort to adapt your new culture? Have you all answered? Given the mark? Shall I go for the second question? Say yes or no, my dears.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Second question, have you been missing your family and friends back home? Have you been missing your family and friends back home? Think about it most of the time, occasionally or not at all. Question number 3. Do you feel generally accepted by the local people in the new culture? Do you feel generally accepted by the local people in the new culture? Number 4. Do you ever wish to escape from your new environment altogether? Do you ever wish to escape from your new environment altogether? Question number 5. Do you feel confused about your role or identity in the new culture? Think about it. You are going to relocate your place from Coimbatore or Tamil Nadu to America or Australia, somewhere else in the new place. Do you feel confused about your role or identity in the new culture? Question number 7. Have you found things in your new environment shocking or disgusting? Have you found things in your new environment shocking or disgusting? And the last question is, do you ever feel helpless or powerless when trying to cope with the new culture? I'll repeat. Do you feel helpless or powerless when trying to cope with the new culture? Have you all answered, my dears?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Friends, did you enjoy the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And my humble request here for the faculty members, this is one kind of questionnaire which I prepared basically for the sample. So likewise, you can prepare for your students and give them score to test them psychologically. And most of the response comes under the category of third response should be the best answer for the most of the questions to be answered. Okay, this is the marks which we are going to focus for more than 5 or 4 questions to be the third response. Then we are going to adapt a new culture in a good way. Now come to the point, importance of culture in the modern society. Think about why we have done this questionnaire. We are refreshing ourselves. We are thinking about ourselves, how we are going to adapt a new culture, the modern culture. So what is the importance of the culture here? It provides important and social and economic benefits and also improve the learning and health, tolerance. Opportunities come together with others and culture enhances our quality of life and also overall well-being for both individual and community. Okay? And my next part focused on ways to improve modern society. We have to be very generous and we need to develop our responsibility and think about to enrich in education part, and we make the participants, our students, our researchers to do the active participation and to role in the enrichment of society. So what is the role? Where we are going to enrich in the society is nothing but to find a nation state with a single culture, race or religion. So it requires, what it requires to enrich our society? What is the cultural developers' role here? To accept at both individual and the state level of peace and development. I'll repeat, the peace and development to be developed. So no other way than accepting and appreciating the diversity of peace or the development of a nation in a prosperity way. Now, with the help of this term, I'd like to add the enrichment of society. The key word of my presentation focused on the pluralism. What is it? Pluralism. Have you heard about it? I hope everybody. Yes? Say yes or no. Pluralism. It is a research-oriented word, right? Friends, you can unmute yourself. If you want, you can switch on your videos. Based on this term, pluralism, I am going to discuss about the topic which is related to the modern society role with the help of the literature part. The existence of more than one culture in the society or the country, which is focused on the pluralism, and more than one race or one languages, traditions and religions, whatever it may be, the treatment of people as equal and same citizens is irrespective of the culture and religious background. So what this pluralism means in future? We need to play in three ways. That is tolerance and peace. Second, how we are going to promote national integration, cohesion and dramatic values. Third, equality of the political opportunity. I'll repeat, pluralism focused on the three aspects. First is about tolerance and peace. And second, promoting the national integration, coherence and democratic values and equality of the political opportunity. So with the help of these 3 points, I like to add one literature. Before that, with somewhat I like to give keywords for these 3. Tolerance and peace, I refer, according to me, accepting and respecting people of other religious, racial groups and fields of peace and tolerance. So we need to accept and respect the people of our religion. We need to tolerate. Think about it. I'm going to discuss about these 3 points with Sachde's Bondage, That Long Silence novel. We don't want to think it is a feminist writer novel. Think about in this way cultural diversity, tolerance and peace, accepting and respecting people of other religions and the culture. Second, promoting national integration, cohesion and democratic values. What it is? It is one kind of a characteristics of pluralism which states that caters to the needs and aspirations of people which focused on the religious and ethnic groups and regions. And it also creates a sense of being empowered and patriotism. I repeat the word patriotism among these people promoting national integration. The first point I said, accepting, respecting the culture. Second is patriotism. And for that, we have to concentrate the common cultural values and positive cultural aspects, which will be helpful for the coherence of the promoting the national integration greatly in the modern society. And the third focused on emphasizes of equality of political opportunity, where the nationalists enjoy equal and same political rights, and all have equal chance to participate in the government as per the law of the land. Try to keep these 3 keywords when we are going to think about Sachde's Bondage, That Long Silence novel, which focused on, I'm not going to discuss about the feministic aspect. I'm going to discuss about my participants to think about, to do the research on the cultural diversity with the help of these 3 words, accepting and respecting the people of other religious culture maybe, The second one is about the patriotism, and the fourth is about the equal rights and the political rights to stay in the land. Got it? Do you understand, my dear? In another 10 minutes, I will be winding up. So be happy and answer it. Participants, are you all there? 6, 7
Yes,
are
ma'am.
there.
Yes, ma'am.
Can any two participants can talk about Saturday Funding? It is a faculty development program. So we are here to enrich ourselves. Don't think about, we don't want to discuss some of the points. Yes? So anybody, 2 or 3 points is more than enough. About Shashideshwari, because the literature people know, everybody knows that. Who is she, Shashideshwari? Yes? You can unmute yourself. If you want, you can switch on the video and you can talk about Shashideshwari just for 1 minute. If you're not comfortable to switch on your video, you can unmute the audio and give the point. Who is ready? Concentrate on the theme of womanhood, Deepika said. Okay. So in the modern society, she focused on the inequality and oppression, and she also focused on the modern science and the human thinking, which is related to the capitalism, industrialism, economic and political conditions, and also focused on the readers mostly to be get confused at the end of the climax of this about the traditional modernity of the literature part of when you are reading the post-traditional way of being the novel. And as a focus to that long silence, which has been written in 1988, and it is fully based on the tradition and modernity and patriotism. And I like to concentrate, everybody think about the protagonist Jaya, the heroine of the novel. She was born in the Orthodox community and she wants to marry the same culture guy who is called as Morgan, and they want to relocate from their native place to the other place called Mumbai. There she has struggled a lot to adapt to the new culture. This is what I asked the question about the questioners, which is focused on the 7 questions on the literature to think about the new culture. And after surviving some of the days, she was finding it very difficult to survive in that place. So that I have used the 3 terms in the situation to adapt to the pluralism culture, which is focused on the expertise, that is gender inequality, not free from patriarchal domination, and identity crisis of women. So at last, I'd like to concentrate my fellow participants to think about the future research focused on the topic on literature in a modern society about gender identities, harassment policies, evolving job benefits, bridging the generation gap, disability rights, diverse representation. So this will be very helpful for researchers to focus on the cultural diversity. This is what I want to discuss in the modern world. So I hope I have covered the effect, strength, the importance, the topics for the future research, and somewhere I asked my participants to think about differently, to do the research on cultural aspect, on the feministic view, and I hope everyone got the point. With this, I wish everyone to achieve a lot in your literature aspects. Thank you. And any questions, any other discussions, we can have it now. Deepika?
Yes, ma'am. Participants, do you have any questions?
So if you need, I can send the culture shock questionnaire to the head of the department, Deepika, and to share with your students or fellow researchers. And I request all the participants to do research activities on these aspects. Don't want to go with the feminist aspects of the same person like Vajresh Pandey have focused on the feminist rights, I know personally, and that's what I have chosen her novels in a different way. It is in a cultural aspect to think about in a different kind of a research mindset. So this is our teacher's role to play in the modern society to enrich our students, focus on the where we are affecting our culture, where we have to strengthen ourselves, where we are, why it is important, what kind of an areas the students can develop in their own, especially to adapt the new culture. This is what I like to concentrate on this session. And thank you, participants. Anything else we can share it off, and I'd like to thank Manaka also for such a kind of a nice introduction. Thank you, Deepika, and the principal, the rest of the department, and the fellow participants. Wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to invite Ms. R. Dharani Devi, Assistant Professor, Department of English, to propose a vote of thanks.
Good evening to all. On the behalf of all staff, I'm glad to be here to express my vote of thanks. It has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful event. On the behalf of the organization committee, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to esteemed guest Dr. R. Krishnaveni ma'am, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of English, Palladam. Thank you, ma'am. Then, the way you present the topic, the role of cultural diversity in modern society, which enhance customs, tradition, the way which guide us to lead our life in a specific way. Sincere thanks to you, ma'am, and the thanks to all the professors from various college who attend the event throughout full. I would like to thank all of our present here for make the time to be with us today and helping to make this event a grand success. Thank you. Thank you to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dharani. Ma'am, there is a question in the chat box, ma'am.
Yes, what it is?
From Mukta Sen. Do you think diverse culture in a family into which a woman married to affect her existence, and how?
Wait, I could read from here.
Okay, okay.
Do you think divorce culture in a family into which a woman married to affect her existence or not at all? My answer will be a not at all, because we are enriched already. We are going to adapt a new culture, and we are going to enrich the rest of the society. So we are moving in a positive way. That's what I referred one word in cohesion and humanity values in a pluralism aspect, which focus on the treatment of the people as equal and same citizens irrespective of their culture. Here, their culture, I referred the married women and the religious backgrounds. Yes, I hope I answered for Mukita.
Yes, ma'am. Participants, any more questions?
I know that English teachers' mindset for the listening capacity is only 27 to 30 minutes. And I think I followed the timings of the English people. Hope they enjoyed, because somebody has said in the beginning itself, speaker and the listener both are very happy. I hope everyone enjoyed the session, conduct some kind of an activity based on the culture like this, and I'm just giving the clue, one sample to do in the classroom session, and this kind of a question to the students. Enjoy the culture in a modern society. Thank you. Bye-bye all of you. Deepika, I contact you soon. Thank you. Can we make regards to your principal?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much for your presentation, ma'am. And yes, we English teachers have the capacity to listen only to 25 to 30 minutes. You all agree with that, ma'am? Thank you, ma'am. Dear
Ma'am, but I
participants,
am
thank you all for your
expecting more,
presence
ma'am.
today.
Yes. Sashireka?
Yes, ma'am. I'm expecting more about the cultural studies, ma'am. But you shortened form, you finished it off, ma'am. I'm ready to listen everything.
Okay. Short term. Well, she said it's 1 hour because of another schedule and the rest of the activity in the online form I produced in a 40-minute session.
Okay, ma'am.